Alright, so I'll come back. I guess we'll go with a full summer recap here. With the night by night recap throughout the summer, show by show, from St. Paul to Dicks. So now, I only did a preview show, a Be Careful video. Got some Lockn bonus action one night with no electricity. So, I guess out of the 3 shows that I went to early on, early on tour again, it feels like a whole different band back then compared to what just happened this weekend. Wrigley Night 2 was probably my favorite show out of the 3 I hit. Night 1 was cool, Deer Creek was cool, but Night 2, I think, had the Carini, had the Tweezer, had the Fluffhead. Big Fluff. Who's not a big Fluffhead guy? Carini, one of my old, probably at any given moment that'll be in my top 5 Phish songs still. So I like Night 2. Night 1, I think, had the big Down with Disease though, a Fago in there. I've heard St. Paul had a big Bathtub Gin starting out the tour, so that was cool. Bathtub Gin pretty much had a big summer, really. Out of all the songs, Bathtub Gin, Light, Wolfman's Brother, Down with Disease, some of your local favorites. Sand, a lot of the Farmhouse songs actually. There was a nice Jaboo in there somewhere. Even got a nice Heavy Things at some point this summer. See, when I was at Deer Creek, I liked the Boogie On. I think I got it back on the train that night. Another Farmhouse hit. We got a Tila. Where'd we get the Tila here? Got the Tila. Oh, Hartford. Hartford also got a Sand. What do you know? Got a I Am the Walrus Encore a couple times going Zappa 88 on us there. The SPAC, I guess, Chalk Dust Torture is about all I got for that. The Man, I got the big Jaboo at the Man. So, I don't know, man. Then, that was the first part of the tour. Feels like just, I don't know. It just feels like it wasn't even, just like I said, it wasn't even the same band we saw. Had some moments, though, recapping the day, I was like, man, a couple of these shows very forgettable. Mansfield, Hartford, some of the stuff, the Man, the SPAC, I couldn't even really remember. And I was like, well, who better to ask than just go to my own videos and check them out and be like, well, what the fuck did I think? So, I don't know what that says. They're already forgettable shows. There's so many shows, man. They can't all be zingers. But I don't know if that's a judgment just because you forget a show. There's a lot of shows this summer. I don't mean to say that all that shit sucked, but other than shows I was at, I did remember the St. Paul show a lot. I guess tour opener, it's a big deal. Had the Mike's Groove with a Hydrogen, so. I was kind of thinking that might be a trend of the whole summer. A trend of the early part, I guess, maybe the whole summer. Just Dicks and Lockn felt a little separate. Most of the deal, though, the Bust Out City. I'm fine with bust outs, but, maybe they overdid it a little bit. There's a few of them songs in there that just felt like it was a bust out for the sake of a bust out. Destiny Unbound, though, a very welcome bust out. The bust out whole set they did at Bill Graham. I guess we'll just move on now to the second. It was almost like this was a three-tier tour. So we got the first part, that was the East Coast. Everything from, I know St. Paul's not necessarily the East Coast. Neither is Wrigley or Deer Creek. But you know what I'm saying. That first part that ended in the East. Hartford, the Man, SPAC, all that good stuff. Portland. And then they went out west. That felt like Tier 2. And then you had Tier 3. That was Lockn and Dicks. So now we'll move on, Bill Graham, I think, like I said, had that big bust-out set. That was pretty cool. The Forum, yeah, I think a lot of people shit on the Forum show. I don't know. I guess again, pretty forgettable other than a lot of people shit on it. I feel like I might have busted out the whiteboard that night. That wasn't the first night. The first night was the Bill Graham show when they had the bust out deal. The Gorge also, the Gorge shows were alright. The best one, or, that was when we got our first gangbang of the year. Trey, that was another theme. Trey playing around on the Lumina all summer. Had its moments, I guess. I think Cities was Cities a Lumina jam by Trey, that jam back early on? I think it might have been. So anyhow, we got a cross-eyed No Man's Land / gangbang tease, which was kind of interesting that they go back to the gangbang and cross-eyed the last night of Dicks. And I feel like there was I think there was a big Jaboo out there, either the Gorge or Bill Graham. And then after that, Chula Vista ended pretty strong. The ass-handed set, I feel like. I think that was the last official tour, show of Tier 2. Yeah, the ass-handed show. That's whole first set there again was a nice first set. Several really good first sets throughout the summer, I thought. That was nice. That was a pleasant surprise. And then we got the Tier 3 with Lockn and Dicks. Again, I already kind of forget Lockn, but I know there were some nice jams at Lockn. I know I liked it. Rocking out on Sirius XM, wasn't able to do, it seemed like, or the one night, man, everybody in the world was couch touring. I lost power for hours. So I was not couch touring, I was car touring, and I don't know, I remember thinking there were some jams there. Like, you know, if the show sucked, I probably wouldn't have just been able to hang out in the car for a couple hours. Cruising around a little bit. So then, we got Dicks, man. I mean, I feel like Dicks just happened. I don't really know if I need to recap Dicks a whole lot. Although night 3, maybe in the recap, you know, I don't know. I was kind of bummed out that it was all ending. I wanted to be able to, I kind of wanted to be able to say thank you and all that good stuff to people. So maybe I got a little bit, you know, I don't know. Too much F Zappa 20 on my mind rather than the Phish and what they had been doing that set. And the Walls of the Cave first tube there at the end was a bit of a buzzkill. I'm not a big first tube guy. And Walls of the Cave's fine. I mean, those songs rocked out, man. High energy, bro. High energy, bro. High energy, bro. Come on. But, you know, maybe that was a bit of a buzzkill right going into the recap. The, what was it? We got Steam and Cross-Eyed and Painless. You know, I referenced, obviously, the Cross-Eyed set. The Still Waiting gag, you know, yeah, apparently that was the gag. Or I don't know if it was apparently the gag or not, but apparently it was. I don't know if it was factually the gag. I think people got a lot. I mean, look, I busted out the whiteboard just in case there was some kind of spelling shenanigans going on with the set list. But it was not to be, which is fine. Pretty much, you know, you end with that night. Who cares? If they spell anything or not, I don't give a care if they spell, hey, go fuck yourself, buddy. But it ended up in a lot of songs in that set. Go fuck yourself, buddy. That might have had to been the whole show. Well, fuck your face. So, I don't know. Bathtub Gin in the summer, like it started the summer. Awesome. Oh well, that pretty much does it, guys. Boom. The summer's over. No Phish for what, 5-6 weeks here. Thanks for watching. You know the deal by now. Boom. Oh, there's the chomper kit. You'll figure that out.